Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here I'm going to be giving you guys a Chrono Crystal guide. Yes, we are back with the Chrono Crystal guide for the new units currently out. We've got the Legends Limited Ultimate Gohan, and we've also got the Legends Limited Super Saiyan God Goku. If you haven't got any of these guys, or you just want to get more Chrono Crystals, this is the video for you. If you're going to be using any of these tips I'm going to give you in this video, we've got a lot. Write down how many Chrono Crystals you've got right now and how much you've got after you're done watching this video. Trying to see how much progress you guys can make just from watching this one video to show that it's really useful, all of these tips. But of course, these new units do look really good. Ultimate Gohan, I'm hearing, is really good, but Goku, in my opinion, just has way better animations. But enough talking, you guys want to know the best ways that you can get Chrono Crystals so you can get these guys or just save up. So let's get straight into this video. Alright, so before we get into the video with the actual details of how to get Chrono Crystals, I'm going to show you just the newest ways you can get Chrono Crystals straight away. So some of these you'd have to do gradually, but some of these you can get instantly. So for example, this is one of the ones you have to do gradually, and it's not something you can do individually. It's something that we all participate in. So as time goes, people will be doing these missions, for example, using this amount of energy. I don't even know how many zeros that is. It's a bunch though. This amount of PvP games, this amount of PvP games, and then you see at the bottom hyperdimensional co-op. As people all over the world are playing Dragon Ball Legends, we'll eventually be getting the Chrono Crystals from this. This is the worldwide missions, but you have to remember to claim them. They're on the home screen, so just check that every now and then. Next up, we got the Choice Battle. Now, this doesn't give you Chrono Crystals, but I believe for the first time clear, you do get Chrono Crystals, so make sure to play it regardless. It's a small amount, but you can get Chrono Crystals out of it. Next, we got the Legends Battle Royale. I'll probably go into it in more detail later on, but essentially you just have to do battles, and from the battles, you're able to get Chrono Crystals with the exchange of medals that you would win. So these are the medals that you'd win, and then you can exchange them for Chrono Crystals, but like I said, I'll go into more detail more later on. The raid is back. It's not currently in the game, but again, I'll go into more detail with it. There's going to be a raid every single week. I believe there's going to be 7 raids with all 700 Chrono Crystals, if I'm not mistaken. So 7 times 7, that's 4,900, how Americans would say it, 4,900. Just make sure you're playing every single one to at least get the Chrono Crystals. You have to repeatedly play co-op. Next up, we got the Challenge Battle. Again, another event where you can just get Chrono Crystals. You can see clear battles and get amazing rewards, and it's already front-lining the rewards up front, like straight away. So you can get up to 500 Chrono Crystals, which from the exchange, which is pretty good, of course. Make sure you're playing that. You have to do it gradually every single day, just so you know. So don't just play it one time today and then forget about tomorrow. It's something you have to do every single day for a certain amount of days. Chance time is obviously back. There's going to be number 2. You got a second chance of winning rewards, so you'll be able to get the balls from the tickets, and then obviously if you get lucky and get a grand prize, you'll be able to, you know, exchange for big rewards like Chrono Crystals, for example here. Now they're giving these, so for the previous chance time where the winner was 32, make sure to exchange. Don't miss the time, because the last day you can exchange, I believe, is the 24th. But it's, like I said here, there's going to be a second one, so wait up for that. That's also something you can read about in the news. And then this one here, they brought back the bingo, and you can get Chrono Crystals from it. These are all new events that are coming out. They're not really new, but like specifically for the anniversaries, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, let's actually get into the core ways of how you can get Chrono Crystals now. Right, so first up on the list, we got the non-stop anniversary raid. They're going to be doing 7 raids. I believe we're in the 4th or 3rd one. I think the 4th though. And we're going to be getting 700 Chrono Crystals to grind every single time they release a non-stop raid. So like I said, this is the 4th one. It's essentially co-op. You're just doing co-op repeatedly, but your bench matters a lot, because the bench will dictate how many drops of medals you're getting, and with the medals you can exchange those for Chrono Crystals. So let me go through and show you. They also said there's these new thing for the bingo panels, which I already showed at the start of the video, where you're able to get Chrono Crystals from doing the bingo panels. But cool, you see there's limited time rewards and regular drop rewards. The limited time rewards are extra bonus drops that you can get 3 times a day for your first 3 runs a day. So you should be playing 3 times a day, every day, because that will also add up to some mission where you're able to get, I think, 600 LLZ power. But this is for Chrono Crystal, so go ahead and play the raid repeatedly, just doing co-op in the raid section. At the time I'm making this video, the raid isn't working. It's meant to be there, but it's not there. But it will come back. There was a maintenance and whatnot. But essentially, keep playing the raid co-op again and again and again. You get drop medals. Sometimes you'll be getting like maybe 50 to maybe 400 a drop, depending on how many stars you have the units. The whales already know. But yeah, here are the units you need. So these units will increase your drop rate. that's the percentage, the odds you have of getting medals drop, which is a very stupid system. You should get a guaranteed drop, but it is what it is. Make sure you have at least enough to get 100% of drops. And then you need also ones that's going to increase your drop amount. Now your drop amount is based on how many stars you have the unit. So you can see here the new Ultimate Gohan and GOKU. If you have them higher than 8 stars, you'll be getting 70 plus for each one of them. Then down here we got the new Gogeta, Vegito, and we got Majin Buu and Beerus. If you have them higher than 8 star, you'll be getting plus 40 for each one of them. And then etc going forward all the way down. There's some easier characters to have, so it's pretty much just repetition. It's one of the easiest ways to play. Every week there's a new raid, so make sure to capitalize off that. Don't want to miss out. Pretty much that's all I have to say about it. There's not much to say about it if you've played co-op already, so yeah, just make sure to do that. Spoke about this slightly earlier. We've got the Legends Battle Royale coming up. Now the Battle Royale is a PvP exclusive mode where they add specific rules to basically make it a bit more fun, but there's an increased amount of rewards more than usual than where PvP usually gives you. So you'll be able to get these medals where you can exchange them for a bunch of stuff in the shop, but the medals that you get are based on the amount of wins you get. But something that's also very specific to note is that you can only get the ability to participate if you open up the PvP section. When you open up the PvP page, you'll get a certain amount of tickets. These tickets here, you get 2 every day, I believe, so you need to be logging into PvP every single day. Then at only certain time zones can you participate in the Battle Royale. So I believe there's 3 periods in every day, and it's like a 4-hour 3-hour slot. You can see on the screen what it's showing. So it's from 8 to 12, 2 to 6, and 11 to 3. Within those time periods are the only times I can participate in the Battle Royale, and that's the same for everybody. And during those times you play your battles. If you win, then you get medals. If you lose, I don't think you get medals, but of course winning is what you want, so you can get these victory medals, and you can go to the exchange shop and exchange for a bunch of stuff. I believe you can get 300 chrono crystals from the exchange shop, 100 chrono crystals costing at 2 medals each. So yeah, it's just extra. It's not something big, but it's something you can benefit from, so I advise you go ahead and play it. Next up, we got the soul boosting method. This is more so for the newer players. The newer players are going to love this one. So for soul boosting characters, and you can see there's a bunch of characters, even a bunch I don't have, you're able to get chrono crystals. Now what I advise you do is change this filter here to unlocked boost panels, and then possibly start with the ultras. So let's go with the ultra section, right? So you can see for every ultra, they have 426 boost panels. So if you go into their boost panels, what you need to do is just press soul boost, and then there should be an unlock all souls panel there. So let me go to a character I don't have, or I haven't soul boosted. So if I go to my sparkings, at the bottom you can see I have, let's use this free to play Beerus, right? If I go to soul boost, unlock all, press soul boost, it's literally that simple. I've unlocked all the panels, 426, and just so you know, for every, I believe, 100 panels, you're able to get 10 chrono crystals. Now, if you look at how many characters there are here, some of them are Zenkais as well, so you can see they even have 864. The amount of panels you can do in such quick time is insane, and you're getting 10 for every 100. So for every character, it's minimum 40 chrono crystals, just like that, which is a big amount when you consider how many characters here. So these are all the sparkings. I already showed you the ultras available, and then not just that, there's extremes to do, bunch of them, and then there's heroes. I didn't even get into those. So I advise you start with the ultras because they're the most used. Then you go into your sparkings, maybe specifically do the Legends Limiteds that you all have. Make sure they're all soul boosted so you can get the chrono crystal from that. Now if you're wondering how you can get the chrono crystals, they show up in your Z mission. So if you go to your mission section, you go to events, there's going to be a section here that says Z mission, and then in here it will actually show up. Now I believe it caps out, I think the number it caps out at is 200,000. So after you get 200,000 boost panels, bear in mind that each character is 426, and the Zenkai's at 864. You've got a lot to do. You've got a lot to do. There's a lot of chrono crystals to grab there. Very easy to do. Go ahead and start soul boosting, especially if you have a lot of like souls that you're not using. You see, I do have a lot of souls that I'm not using, but most of my characters are already soul boosted, so I don't need to worry about it. So yeah, that's the next way. We got soul boosting, one of the easiest ways, freest ways that you can do to get chrono crystals. Next up, we got equipment rolling. Now I'm going to preface this by saying this is the only method you should be using if you don't care about slot removers. You probably have a bunch of slot removers, which is going to make this very easy to do, but it also takes some souls out of you as well. So I'm going to use this equipment here. It's Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Legends Limited, his Platinum equip, where he's able to get extreme buffs for himself, basically. You can see the equipment's quite OP. But why this equipment is good, for example, is because the third slot gives you only 3 options. Now, you're unable to get a specific percentage. So, for example, if I show you this equipment here, you can see I have the option to get a range. I can get anywhere from 5% to 8%. That's how most equipments work. But with these Platinum equips, the new Gen 1s, they give you a slot 3 with 3 options instead of having just the percentage range. So what you'd want to do here, you select the equip, you go to re-upgrade slot, and you want to re-upgrade the third slot. Now I'm going to do 3 times just for example, and I'm going to say stop at orange. It doesn't matter which one it stops at. Actually, let me say stop at red so I can show you more clearly. It doesn't matter which one it stops at. I just have to do it like continuously. You see, even if it stopped at green, it's a Z. If it stops at the yellow, it would still be a Z, of course, or higher. Now, the reason why this is valuable is because there's a mission in your Z mission section that says roll equipment that is Z or higher X amount of times. And then every time you do that, you get 10 Chrono Crystals, which is insane. So imagine I have 999 slot removers and I use all of them on this equipment, just re-rolling consistently. I would obviously get a bunch of Chrono Crystals from doing that. So, like I said at the start, this is only effective if you don't care about slot removers. I care about my slot removers, but I just showing you, for example. If you want to go claim the mission, it's in the missions tab, events, and then if you go to Z missions, there should be a mission here. So it's not just one as well. There's a different one that says A or higher. There's a Z or higher as one, but they do cap out at a certain point. If you want to get slot removers, I'd say the best way to get slot removers is to play the raid. In the raid exchange shop, I've emptied it at the current moment. But you can basically get 2,000 slot removers. I think a bit more than that as well. 2,000 slot removers from continuously playing raid and using your medals into that exchange shop. It's a very easy way to get slot removers, and if you don't care about the slot removers, put them into that equip, you get the Chrono Crystals from doing that type of mission. Very easy, but again, prefacing that if you don't care about slot removers, this one is for you. Next up, we're going to be going into friendship rank. Now, this is a very, very small increment type of increase for your Chrono Crystals. You can't get a bunch from it, but every day you can get some from it, and it should be just part of your daily routine if you really want more Chrono Crystals. So on this team here, you can see I've got everybody with a friendship equipment. It took me a while to grind. It's not something that happens overnight, but it's easy to do. It's not difficult. Cool. What you need is a bunch of these. I'd say at least get about, I'd say 9, but really and truly it's best to get the whole team filled. Now, why this is important is because every time you increase someone's friendship rank, I believe you're able to get 10 Chrono Crystals. It might be slightly less than that, but let's just say it's 10 Chrono Crystals. If you look at all the characters here, right, if I bring up my whole box, and then I'm going to change the filter to friendship rank. So where is it? There it is. You can see they have a bunch of characters at 1. Let me change the Legends Limited off. I have a bunch of characters at 1, an unreal number of characters at 1. Now, within one Let's Fight, if you've played Let's Fight, you should know Let's Fight can pretty much get you high friendship rank pretty fast. Every single day, you play Let's Fight with a new character that you've never touched for friendship. If you have a team like I've just shown you with full friendship rank and you put it all on every unit, you'll be able to get pretty much 30 Chrono Crystals every single day just from doing Let's Fight. On top of that, right now in the anniversary, there's an event here, the 6th anniversary event with Gogeta and Vegito. This battle here also gives you high friendship rank, and you can bring 3 battle members into that fight. So that's even more Chrono Crystals from doing this one here. And I believe there's a story mode. I'll probably put it on the screen, but there's a story mode chapter. If you really want to grind it manually, you can also increase your friendship rank by doing that. That gives you the most friendship points. Like I said, I'll probably put it on the screen. I don't remember it right now. But essentially, just try and get this friendship equipment, at least 9 of them. But ideally, you want a whole team of them. Then try get the red slots. It's one of those equipments with 3 slots, so you just have to kind of just keep rolling and hoping. So yeah, I don't think the Bonanza applies to it as well, so you can pretty much do it whenever you have the time to. And then you just can go ahead and grind. Now, I'm an idiot. I've just gone ahead and done Ultra Vegito Blue to friendship rank 100 just because he's my favorite. There's no real benefit to getting friendship rank higher, besides from once you get to friendship rank, I believe, 2 or maybe 5, Shallot can learn some moves, but Shallot's quite outdated anyways. It does benefit you in tournament power to get people to friendship 10, but that's about it. Outside of that, friendship is pretty useless, but for Chrono Crystals, it can be useful, which is why I'm putting it in this video. So go ahead and just gradually increase people's friendship rank every single day. If I was a real Chrono Crystal grinder, I'd be doing people different, like to level 2 at least every single day, then to level 3. I've done a lot of characters though, as you can see, just some of them Zenkai ready, some of them for tournament power, etc, etc. So yeah, that's next way, friendship rank. Next up, we got the story mode, and it still baffles me to this day how many people do not capitalize off the story mode. It's one of the easiest way, if not the easiest way, to get chrono crystals, but the only thing is about it, it's very tedious, but I like to call it a 5-in-1 method. So let's look at the stars. You see every single star, approximately every single star is essentially 3 chrono crystals. So let's just look at part 2 with 728. I like to bring up the calculator for this. 728, and you times that by 3, that's 2,000 chrono crystals just off the challenges in part 2. But then on top of that, you're getting a first time clear for every single challenge, even the ones where you don't even play. I believe you get chrono crystals for just watching. And then you also get missions. So let's go to the missions, right? If we go to the missions, you have missions in your Z missions where you're able to get chrono crystals for clearing chapters. As you can see, part 15, book 2, chapter 3, normal. Every time you clear one, you get 10 here. Then you also get these here, the Z's, to level you up over here. After a certain point, you'll start getting chrono crystals for every level that you get up, which is also insane. But I'm not done. There's also more legends missions over here. Every time you're clearing challenges, I believe it's maybe every 50 challenges, maybe less than that. I don't remember clearly because I've done most of them. You're getting 100 chrono crystals. The racking up in chrono crystals is insane through the story alone. Take advantage of it. There's so many people that do not play the story mode, and there's a lot to go through. Let's look at just the stars available. If I select part, 600, 728, 600, 600, that's basically 700, 200 basically, 200, 200, basically 200, 200, 200. You can see there's a lot, man, and they're probably going to release hard modes going forward. They haven't done that in a while though. There's a hard mode for part 1, hard mode for part 2. Is there a hard mode for part 3? What about part 4? Yeah. Part 5? No. They need to release that part 5 hard mode real quick, bro. We're trying to get these chrono crystals, run it up. But yeah, story mode, get to playing, man. Don't sleep on it. Next up, we got the events tab. This should be common sense, but I'm also going to give you advice on how you should prioritize doing these events. So all of these on the left, you should pretty much do. Not all of them give you chrono crystals though. For example, the Zenkai Ultra Space Time rushes. But of course, there are ones that do. First time clears and whatnot, they give you chrono crystals. Cool. Now, a lot of these events, they're lasting a while, so there's no rush for them. But you see this one is only says 6 days left. You should prioritize in order of the events leaving, because once the events leave, they immediately often replenish the events with new ones. So you don't want to miss out on the ones that are leaving. Get the ones that are leaving done, then do the new ones as soon as they come out as well. So for example, in the original series, I believe it just reset. Oh, I don't think it did actually. So we have the Beerus event here and the another future, the Android Menace event here. They got 13 days left, and because they have timers on them, you should prioritize them over the ones that don't have timers on them, because these are chrono crystals that you would be missing out on if the event leaves. These upgrade ones don't ever leave, and most of them don't even give you chrono crystals on first time clear. The special ones don't leave either, so you can get them done later. You can see there's 3 times left today, but you'll have 3 times left every single day. So yeah, just make sure you prioritize in order. Even co-op, if it's leaving, make sure to get it done, you know. Do things based on a timer. That's more so the advice I want to give you here, not the common sense that you should be clearing all the challenges and playing the events that are available in the game. Next up, we got PvP. PvP is something that you should be doing pretty much every single 2 weeks, but if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But it's an easy way to get 1,000, sometimes 2,000 chrono crystals every single 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. You just need one good team. So right now, my team that I'm using is Son Family. You can see my team there. You get one good meta team and you'll be able to cook up, honestly. If I show you the ranking rewards, you'll see they're quite profitable. So depending on where you rank, I advise you just aim for top 10,000. You can get 800, but you also get rewards based on your group ranking. So you can see here, depending on how high you rank in your group, you get chrono crystals. So as long as you're top 10,000, I think you'll be able to get at least 900 to 1,000 chrono crystals, which is pretty much enough, you know. You play gradually. You could even play 5 games a win. I get 5 games a day. Assuming you win all those games, that will literally be enough to place you around the top 10,000. You might have to play a bit more on the last day. Honestly, very easy to do. Once you get the hang of it, you obviously have to adapt to PvP, learn a lot of the tricks. I've got PvP guides on my channel. So if you want to improve yourself, go ahead on my channel. I have a whole playlist of guides where I teach you how to get better at the game, basically. But yeah, not just that though. I think right now in the anniversary, they have the treasure battle. And usually there's like chrono crystals that you can get here, which is RNG based, but right now they have these blessed bouquets. You can exchange those for chrono crystals. So you can see here they refresh the chrono crystal that you can get. So I advise you definitely play the treasure battle as well, at least, because the treasure battle, it doesn't even matter if you win or lose. You just get those flowers and then you can exchange them for chrono crystals. But in ranked, winning is obviously the priority. So those 2 modes for PvP specifically, I advise you go ahead and play. Next up, we got Tournament of Power. I'm going to open it up because it just refreshed today, and I'm going to show you that I was able to get 1000 chrono crystals for playing 25 battles in Tournament of Power within a 2-week span. Now, Tournament of Power requires you to get these charges, and you can max out 25 charges because there's 25 steps that you can do. You can get up to 1000 chrono crystals. So you can see I've got 1000 for placing 11,000. I'm not even really high in the world, but I'm still getting a whole 1k. That's a lot. You also get 100 for getting a certain amount of score. So let me just screenshot this, actually, just because I like screenshotting it. Claim that. Just don't want to show that. What other thing I want to show you is not my team yet, but if you scroll to the top, for making it to the end, you get 300 chrono crystals literally from making it to the end. So that's a bonus. Do you get chrono crystals from this one? No, it's making it to the end, you get 300. So 1000 from placing within a certain bracket, you get extra 100 for the amount of points you get. You get 300 for making it to the top. There's also some missions, I think they give chrono crystals. Let me check. I just opened them up. Yeah, you get chrono crystals for playing a certain amount of battles. So that's more chrono crystals there, man. There's just a lot of chrono crystals from TAP. Now, I'm going to give you some advice for this. One thing I want to tell you to do is join the Discord server. If you want to get easy path, easy teams advice, join the Discord server. I'm going to be straight with you guys. I barely know how to play this game mode, and I can't be asked to learn it, but I know enough to get myself the 1000 chrono crystals. I advise you build one good team, which is why I say join my Discord server. It's in the description. The Linktree link should work. And then you can basically just get one decent team that'll carry you to the top. I'm using regen, and it's not even one of the best teams in the mode, but because they have a lot of health regeneration, it stops me from ever dying, so I don't actually have to calculate as much as I would with other teams. A lot of these characters heal. For example, I think Fat Boo heals if he's not even on the rotation. I believe this Piccolo heals. Boo Tanks heals as well, but I might be wrong on all that. Like I said, I don't know much about this mode. I just know enough to make it to the top. Essentially, you don't want to die. If you die, you will be shafting your progress. You won't be able to get the 1000 chrono crystals, because in this game mode, it banks on you multiplying your score. So if you die, you lose your multiplier, and that would really shaft you. So do everything you need to survive. In most cases, you won't need to use the yellows or greens, but if you are going to die, use them, because like I said, if you die, you shaft yourself completely from getting the chrono crystals, as you won't be able to keep up with everybody else that has multiplier bonuses. So one good team, one route that's on the Discord server, and essentially don't die. Those are the main things you need to know for Tournament Power, so you can get the chrono crystals consistently. Every 2 weeks it reset, like I just showed you. Today it reset, and I just got the 1000 chrono crystals. I spoke about co-op a bit earlier, and a lot of people just don't play this mode, but you really should. It's one of those events that you just get first time clears for. So you can see you get the first time reward. There's challenges that also give you chrono crystals, like every event. But on top of that, in the exchange shop, there's more chrono crystals you can get. So if I go to the dual coin exchange shop at the bottom, for 4,500 dual coins, you can get 300 chrono crystals. 1,500 for 100 chrono crystals, and you can buy that 3 times, as you can see right there. I don't know why you wouldn't play co-op. You need to play it every single day. So not three times a day, they took that off. 1 time a day, literally, you get your first time limited rewards. You can get 300 dual coins just from the first time, and you also get the average drops that you get for your missions, and then just your rewards for playing. So there's a bunch of dual coins you can get literally just once a day. I know it's tedious, but make sure to do it, and also just clear the challenges on even the lower difficulties. When you do your first time of the day, make sure you do the highest difficulty to get the maximum amount of limited time rewards, but also get the challenges and whatnot, first time clears from the lower levels afterwards as well. That's pretty much it for hyperdimensional co-op, I'll be honest. I saved this one just for you guys to see. I got the mission plan here. Make sure you're choosing the Battle Lovers plan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the normal version on the Battle Lovers plan gives you 500 chrono crystals, which is still a lot that you can get, more than most events, if we're being honest. But then the premium adds on 1,500, but it's paid to win. You have to use your real life money to get it. I get the premium version, which I'm going to show you. I've saved all the missions. I need to log in for one more day, but beyond that, I've already completed all the missions to get the chrono crystals, but I've just saved it. I like saving my missions in bulk. If I accept all right now, you're going to see that it's pretty much going to stack up, and I should get 2,000 chrono crystals. It's going to take a while to load because there's a lot to claim, but there's pretty much easy missions to be doing in your mission plan. It's like log in certain amount of days, do adventures, play PvP, etc., upgrade equipments. Very easy things that you'd probably do anyways. You can see I also get some extra rewards that are not chrono crystals, but you're going to see the bar start going up now. It's going to keep filling. I can skip it if I want to, but I kind of want to show you the process. Once it gets to, I think, page 7 or 6. Yeah, 7. You can see you've planned grade 0 to 7. You get the chrono crystals, and the grade is in accordance to the rewards here. Now that I've finished it, you can see it says all acquired, and the grades there give you the chrono crystals accordingly based on how many of those points that you got. So yeah, mission plan is just something you should be doing. If you want to max out your chrono crystals, please choose the Battle Lovers plan. It's the most profitable, it gives you the most chrono crystals. You shouldn't be choosing any other anyways. Next up, we got the dailies. It's very easy to do. You can be getting a lot of chrono crystals. So let's look at the stamp sheet. I'm actually on the road to getting the 14th. Log in every day, do your daily missions every day. The daily missions are easy. One of them is like play PvP, play co-op. In co-op, you don't even need to win, and I think PvP, you don't even need to win either. Use like 10 energy, clear bonus battle, play let's fight. Simple stuff that you can do, man. Very easy. It takes less than 10 minutes, honestly. And then you'll be doing this every single day, and over the span of 14 days, you'll be able to get 1,000 chrono crystals. It wasn't always like this, so this is a lot more efficient, but the newer players won't know the difference anyways. But they reward you based on consistency, and if you want to get chrono crystals, you have to be consistent anyways. So log in every day, do your dailies. But not just that, there's also the daily login bonus. So I think right now, because it's the anniversary, if I go to my status, I can change my login bonus if I go ahead and change it here. But not just changing the login bonus, you obviously want to pick chrono crystals here. There's the spin thing, which gives you a chance of chrono crystals, and there's also the logging in every single day. They sometimes give you chrono crystals just for logging in and picking, not picking, but like gradually consistently logging in, just like a stamp rally, similar to just what I showed you. So yeah, make sure you're just taking the chrono crystals from that, and if you're playing every day, you get benefits from playing every day. Now this next section is not going to be as large as usual, but there's usually 2 ways to get RNG. If you don't know what RNG is, RNG stands for random number generator, and it essentially applies luck. It's not something you can control, it's whether the game wants to give it to you or not. There's 2 ways that I know vividly to get luck in terms of free chrono crystals. The first way is on the weekend, so Saturdays, Sundays and Mondays. They give you these weekend adventures every day you log in, and you'll be able to use them. It comes up in the job list here, but it's not the weekend on the day I'm recording this. But you can use those to actually put on adventures, and when you finish, you have a chance of getting 100 chrono crystals out of them every single day. So if you're lucky 3 days in a row, you can get 300 chrono crystals just over the Legends weekend. The other way, it's not available during this anniversary, but it's something to keep in mind for future. In the treasure battle, there's actually a chance to get, I believe, 1,000 chrono crystals from the random drops in item list. But right now, because we're doing the what you call it, the blessed bouquets for the anniversary with the exchange shop, they have actually taken it out, where it would usually be there for actually clearing the 3 missions and you get the treasure chest. So that's just something I want to put out there for future reference. There's also other factors like luck in the game for hoi poi, for example, but it doesn't usually give chrono crystals on the last step. And I think that's about it for luck factors in the game, but it's just something you should bear in mind. Try your luck in certain things. Even spinning the wheel on the login bonus is part of luck, you know. So yeah, you can't control those factors, but if you get lucky, it's just something you need to be aware about. And some of them you still have to participate. For example, the adventures, you still have to put the adventure to put yourself in the position to even get lucky. Do you get what I'm saying? The last part of the video I'm going to show you is for the pay to win guys, or the guys that are considering spending, especially because it's the anniversary. I think a lot of people might want to put a bit of cash in for the units that they want to use. Now, I'm not advising you do this, but I'm just giving you advice based on what I would do. So it's not something that I'm forcing you to do or anything like that. But maybe you do want to spend and you'd want to know what's the best things to get. I'll tell you what I get. You could obviously do calculations for everything, but it depends on how much money you want to put into the game as well. So I tend to find that these sales are the best ones. The 1,000 Chrono Crystal special sales, they come out every time a new banner drops or at the beginning of every month. It doesn't cost a lot, and it's just that extra bit that can help you get the unit that you want. Outside of that, I advise you get the digger robots. So not so much this new digger robot here, but these two specifically. This one gives you a small amount of chrono crystals over a long amount of time, so 1,200 over 30 days, but this one gives you 2,500 over 14 days. So you want more chrono crystals faster, but this one's also expensive. I believe it's double the price of the red one, whereas the silver one, silver one's double the price of the red one. Silver one's cheaper, but it takes longer. This one here obviously gives you chrono crystals, but it's even more expensive, but you also get Z power out of it. So just things you might want to consider. So I do actually find the digger robots are worth your value. Outside of that, the daily sales are pretty good. Anniversary once per day ones are pretty good, and there's some other sales that I haven't shown you, but I think the weekend sale is pretty good as well because you get Z power, but it also depends on how much you're trying to spend. So if you're not trying to spend a lot, I just say get this one here and maybe the digger robots. But clearing all of these sales, the number one thing you should worry about is the mission plan. Get the premium mission plan. It's the most worth your money, in my opinion anyways. But yeah, that's everything that I would go for, and what I advise is good depending on how much you want to spend. But again, I'm not telling you to do anything. It's your choice ultimately. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully this video was helpful. I hope you guys can get the units that you're looking for, because not going to lie, the summon rates in the anniversary, at least for me, have been piss poor. I haven't been able to get what I wanted very easily. It's been a lot of hard work. So I'm wishing the best for you guys. These units do look good no matter who you're going for. Gogeta, Vegito, Gohan, Goku, and maybe even the Ultra coming up. I wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one, man.